has a specific ceremony where it's played and a particular message which it communicates to the people who are here. Chief guard comes from the mushroom clan. This is office. It comes from the mushroom clan. His position is hereditary. When he dies, they go back to the clan where he was coming from to pick another one to come and serve similar duties like the first was doing. Now the chief guard, the current one who lives here, he is the successor of all the chief guards who have been here since 1882. It's a continuous lineage. He has his deputy. The deputy comes from the buffalo. This is also hereditary. When he dies, they go back to the buffalo and pick another one to come and serve similar duties like the pastoral sites. We have sites like Bwindi Penetrable National Park, Mount Renzori National Park, and Kasubi Tombs. So Kasubi is the only cultural and spiritual UNESCO site we have in Uganda. What amazes the visitors who come here is the African architecture. African kings exhibit a sense of format of an overturned basket, a basket turned upside down, with rings. These rings represent the clans we have in Uganda, though the good picture of them comes out in the big hat. The 4 black rings were made by the first king here in 1882. They're not allowed to touch the ground when they're doing the restoration. In case if a mistake comes and one of them falls down, they have to call the reigning king, trace them by himself. Yeah. So this is cultural and spiritual UNESCO site in Kampala. So this gentleman, he came when he was 16 years. He is currently 100 years. He still lives here. Yeah. And him, we call him Nsigo. Those are the titles we give them. So we're going to proceed. It is composing of the drums for Kabaka Mutesa 1, which he used in 1882. Yeah. Many of the drums which are inside here, 82, they are very, very old drums. Yeah, these drums, they have 3 categories. The main category is called Jabuzo. Jabuzo is a drum which means celebration. It's a drum for the children of the king. The next category is called Bantade, it's for the grandchildren, and the last one is called Kanaba. Kanaba is for the great-grandchildren. So each drum is played with a specific attachment you have with the royal family. Either you're a child to the king, either your grandchild, either your great-grandchild. Yeah. Many of them are very old, since 1882. The person who guards this house comes from the Pangolin clan. Do you know the Pangolin? Medilo.
The animal you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's also a clan here. And the person who comes from that clan guards it. His position is also hereditary. When he dies, they go back to the clan and pick another one to come and serve similar duties. The unique thing about this gentleman, he has to remain celibate the whole of his life.
Oh.
He does not engage himself in any sexual or marriage practice until he dies. Yeah, that's why women are not allowed to enter inside here. So we're going to go inside and see the drums then because. Yeah. Drums which you see, many of them are old, since 1882. Yeah, with those 3 categories. So they are made from cow skins elevated with strings. The strings add just the rhythm of a given drum. Somebody can notice the sound of the drum when he's not seen it, just the rhythm. So we have these long ones. For them, they're made from, it can be a python skin or a skin of a monitor lizard. For them, the pitch is very high. Somebody can notice its pitch when it's quite far away from the town. Yeah. So each drum has a specific ceremony where it's played and a particular message which it communicates to the people who are here. Yeah. So the houses are always smoked to repel out dangerous insects like termites, spiders, mosquitoes, to preserve them for more long time. We have this wooden cannon. It has been here since 1882. This wooden cannon was a decoy. It was replicated from an original cannon of the king, which he received from England. Henry Merton Stanley was one of the explorers who came here to seek Kabaka Mutesa in 1882. He came with a lot of gifts, and among them there was a cannon. When the king looked at it and it was small in size, ordered his men to manufacture for him an exact replica of it, and this was the one. Whenever he could receive visitors here, he could order his men to sound the original one. Whenever they became curious to ask what exactly has been shot, he could point at this one, which even never worked. So this was a trick of creating fear in his enemies who could plan an attack to his palace. So this was a decoy of the original cannon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So UNESCO ranked this house to be the biggest grass-thatched house in the world. Yeah, this house has a name. It is called Muzibu Azalampanga. It was a character and a culture in Buganda that whenever kings came on the throne, they could build their palaces and give them names. So King Mutesa I, this was his home. He got a tragedy on 16th March 2010 when the whole hut caught fire. The whole of it went spoiled. It has been a series of almost 13 years to restore this smart hut. There were two factors to be considered. We had the reconstruction and restoration, but UNESCO focused so much on restoration. Through restoration, they aimed at bringing back what exactly was here in 1882. So inside, we have 4 kings buried. This place holds a high spiritual significance to the people of Buganda, especially staunch believers in the African traditional religion. They come here and whisper their wishes to the spirits of the kings. Whenever their prayers are answered, they come back here with gifts in form of rewards offered to the spirits. That's why UNESCO in 2001 ranked it to be the biggest grass-thatched house in the world. This hut. Yeah. I cannot assure you that after the fire we had skilled people to restore this hut, because many of them had become old and they had died. We used the youths who were there. Most of it was on-job training. They did a lot of mistakes, but they later perfected. It has taken quite a long time because it's not an easy task. There are a lot of steps which are followed, and each clan has a specific role to play in the restoration. Even if you are coming from that clan, you might not be worthy to do that specific work. You might have had some good who is worthy to perform a duty here. So this is a masterpiece of African creativity and human creation, ranked by the government of Japan and UNESCO in 2001. So it is mostly plant material, reeds, banana fibers, grass, rhizomes. I'm sure you can notice the smell of nature.
Yes.
Yeah. So this hut has been going through series of restoration. Because it was officially built in 1882, in 1896, one of our kings called Mwanga, he tried to do restoration of it. Then in 1930s, kings like David Choi also did a restoration of it. Mostly, for him, he had gone to Europe and he was amazed with European architecture. When he came back, he implemented concrete pillars. These were implemented in 1930s. When the house caught fire, the only thing which was left standing were the concrete pillars. Actually, we lost a lot of irreplaceable artifacts which you cannot get back even today. Among them, the king had a lantern lamp. We lost it. The king had a stool. We lost it in the fire. The king had a cannon. The cannon which was made a decoy from, the decoy which was seen. We also lost it. He had a pet, like when you have a dog at home, cat. For him, he had a leopard. He had tamed a leopard. This leopard lived with him here in his palace. After his death, this leopard never lived for long. It also died. So people decided to stuff it. By stuffing was drying it to make it hard, so that it can be a holy place to the staunch believers in the African traditional religion, and we have to abide with the culture. So we are inside the biggest grass-thatched house in the world. You're going to come and sit here on the mat. Yeah. So the pictures which you see, these are the 4 kings, the last 4 kings of Buganda. The kingdom of Buganda has had 36 kings since its existence. These 36 kings, the current king called Kabaka Ronald Mwenda Mutebi is the 36th king of Buganda in this mighty kingdom. So these are his forefathers. This is King Mutesa I. We call them Sekabaka because they are late. Mutesa I was we call him the father of modernity. He welcomed the first explorers, John Speke and James Grant. He wrote a letter to Queen Victoria of England and requested him to send him missionary teachers to come and teach his people how to read and write. Mutesa I was officially buried here in 1884. So he was the first king to be buried in this place. The throne is from father to son, but first sons do not become kings. The first son is given a title to be the caretaker of the entire family, but not to be king. Again, the first son is the chief advisor to the son who becomes the king. They pick the successor from the second son to the last son. Oh, I forgot to tell you,
yes.
King Mwanga. He became king during the colonial era. He clashed with the British. They fought so many battles, and actually these battles caused his death. When he died, he was buried in 1910. Then he became the king. He's the son of Mwanga. He became king when he was 1 year and 5 months, David Chwa. He was given reagents to stop decision making. At the age of 17, he was the first king of Buganda to explore Europe. He visited the Buckingham. He was amazed with European architecture. He was the king who started in concrete pillars in this structure. He was liberal in nature because he transformed Buganda to a level of an international community. So he unfortunately died when he was only 43 years. He was officially buried here in 1939. This increased the significance of this place as a cultural and spiritual site to the people of Buganda as a kingdom. The last king to be buried here, that is King Mutesa II. He was Uganda's first constitutional president. He played a good role in the independence of Uganda. He was same time king, same time president. He served for 3 years and got misunderstandings between him and Milton Obote. Then Ankole and Toro in the southwest when you're going to Bwindi, Busoga in the east along Jinja when you cross the Nile. Then Buganda is in the center. Ring. Those rings represent the clans we have in the kingdom of Buganda. But here there are only 52. Reason being that UNESCO restored the original rings which are there during his time. By his time we had 52 clans, though now they multiply. We have 56. For them there are 52 rings. The 3 separate ones were made by the current king. The original ones had been made by him, but when the house caught fire, they went spoiled. So this material called the bark cloth, we use it to design the king's palaces and the royal enclosures. We get it from a tree. That tree is called the African fig tree. It is a wild fig. Because fruits which come from it are not edible, we peel off its outer skin using a knife. Afterwards, you have to dress the tree using banana leaves and fibers to protect the trunk so that the trunk regrows. The tree regrows. It takes like 8 months to recover, and the process is continuous. The peeled off skin is laid down on the wooden beam and beaten using a mallet to remove all the water content and the sap. The more you beat the skin, it's the same cloth which was made. Cotton. So it is a highly precious cloth in the culture of the kingdom. Even during the coronation ceremony of the kings, this is how they put on. So when cotton came, cotton replaced this material in Africa. But in 2005, UNESCO revitalized its manufacture. I've ever got here was an engineer from Germany. He took me through today how they make a cushion of a Mercedes-Benz using this cloth. Again, he told me that the Rolls-Royce company has adopted the same material. This gentleman was putting on an Adidas shoe which had the same cloth. He told me Europe is fading away with using animal products. They're now relying on plants for sustenance. Today, in Uganda, we've tried to add quality on it by making a lot of items which we exhibit to the visitors who go on the cultural sites. In the crafts markets, they take them as souvenirs home for a memory that have visited Uganda. We shall see them after the tour. So, in Buganda Kingdom, we have a belief that every woman belongs to the king. Even if a woman is not practically married to the king, every woman calls the king husband. My husband or our husband. It's not necessary that the king come and take as his wife, but it's a sign of respect they give him. Though anciently kings could have a number of wives. The king could make sure, of the king's wives, they still live here. The king made sure that at least he had a wife from each and every clan to promote equality in the kingdom and promote unity. King Mutesa I had 84 wives, official wives, and over 127 children. All the 84 wives, even they still have their successors. They still sleep inside here. These are their spiritual husbands. For every night, since there are 4 kings, we have 4 wives who sleep inside here. To this side and to this side. They have rooms here and a room here. They are houses of the wives. We had 84 and each wife had a house, a respective house and a particular role to play to the king. So they all still sleep inside here. Yeah, to attend to their husbands. They can have physical husbands, but outside. These are their spiritual husbands.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can come inside and you see.
And the houses, they look it like this. The houses of their lives.
Yeah. The old grass thatched houses.
Yeah, they look like this also with the architecture.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Though they don't allow us to enter from to enter there. This is the restoration process. You're going to be going through here. This is how the house caught fire. This was on fire on 16th March 2010. And this is how it looked like before